Okay, 48 Loadmaster. I'm going to give a detailed review of my homemade engine run stand that I made many years ago. And I'm about to put on a Ford 347 on here and get it fired up. But before I do that, I kind of wanted to go over this while I've got it all taken apart. And so basically I made this frame down here out of some 2" by 1/4" steel walled tubing. And that's the main frame of it. And then back here on the head of it, let's see if I can get down here, I made a couple cross braces that go across here, and I used some angle, some heavy duty angle up here on each end to tie all this together. And then this upright has got some 1/4", 2" by 1/4" square tubing that comes up here. And then up here it is sleeved by some 2.5" by 3/16. And so I did this to make this fully adjustable, so I can adjust this for various different engines that I may have in the future. So probably a little more complicated than some people might make theirs, but I've got that where I can raise and lower the height of the engine here. On the back side of this, what I made for the main head, and this is what holds the engine on here, and this is pretty typical, you know, from your engine stands, except for back here where I'm holding this right now. This is the cam from a semi-truck slack adjuster that I cut off, and you can see the spline threads back here. So the way this is working is that slides through there. The slack adjuster fits on those splined threads there and holds that in place. And then I have a bolt that goes in here in the back side of the slack adjuster that holds that in place. Okay, so now hopefully you can see this. I'm going to move the camera over here. And so now when you turn this little bitty bolt inside of the slack adjuster, and I'm going to use a little drill, you can see here how easily it rotates. And so this is great even on a regular engine stand, because you can rotate the engine to any degree that you want when you're working on it, and you don't have those little stops that you have on a typical engine stand, and it's pretty hard to move. And I've done this same adjustment on other engine stands I have, but not all of them. So anyway, I've got adjustment up and down here, and then I can rotate it here. And then let me show you the sides here. So before I welded up the frame, down here I made some brackets, and these are sleeved on here, and this is 2.5" by 3/4" square tubing. And so you got to put these on here before you weld up the frame. And then down here at the bottom, I've got just a bolt that holds it in place, and I decided to put it on the bottom and not on the side so I didn't catch it on my leg or something. But anyway, now these can now move wherever I need to go for my engine mounts. Okay, and then to this I mounted some, these are some small top links that you would get from a tractor at a farm supply. And so this allows you to adjust in and out to your motor mounts. So it's basically fully universal for any motor that you may have. So then over here on this other side, and you'll notice I mounted this on wheels, so it moves really easy in here on the shop. So in here where I mounted the radiator, let me zoom out a little bit here, but the radiator supports are coming in here, the same 2" tubing, and I have a piece of 2.5" 3/16 here as well. And so I can move the whole radiator in and out to accommodate any length of motor that I may have. So I can move it in if I got a little bitty motor, and I can move it out if I got a great big motor on here. I've had my Ford V10 on here, and I'm about to put a small block Ford on here. So that's fully adjustable. The radiator just happened to be one that I had. I think it got damaged in shipping, and so I got a new one replacement. So this is basically a surplus one. I think it's out of a Dodge Ram with a V8. You'll want a big enough radiator to accommodate any size engine that you plan on putting on here. I'm just going to go ahead and continue and roll this thing around. Take my battery charger off of here for now. So back here on the back side, I just built a little platform and I put wood on it. And this is just a tiny, I don't know, 1 gallon fuel cell that I got off the internet somewhere. And a basic carburetor style fuel pump. And then I took a 12-volt battery right here and mounted it down to it. And so over here, I just Ford style starter solenoid. So I wired all this stuff up. Let me keep rotating this around. And so over here, the same adjustment here, back and forth, the same adjustment here for the radiator. And this contraption up here this came off of some piece of equipment I had that I was scrapping. And so I mounted some gauges in here. So I got all the gauges in here, and then I've got a key switch. And so I just turned it on so you can hear the fans kicking on and the fuel pump kicking on. So that's the control mechanism, and there's really not much else to it. This can also be used for just, you know, a regular engine stand if you have something on there, or you can work on it on here. You don't have to take it off and put it on another engine stand if you got to work on the engine, which is kind of nice. The downside to it is it does take up a lot of floor space. So I don't remember the dimensions of this. It's roughly 5 feet by probably 3.5 feet or 4 feet wide. So it takes up a decent amount of floor space in here, but it also can be used to store an engine on here. So you kind of got that as well. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And also, if you're still watching this, I'm going to post this to my old YouTube channel, and I invite everyone over to my new YouTube channel, which is 48 Loadmaster. And 48 Loadmaster, I'm working on restoring this old, and you can see it right there, 1948 Chevy Loadmaster truck. So once you come over to that webpage, and I have hundreds of new videos and content on there that I haven't been updating my old YouTube channel in a long time, but I've got a couple thousand viewers on that, so I'd like you guys to come over and check out my new stuff that I've got. So anyway, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. Thanks for watching.